Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Chicken Police, Paint It Red. We're about to talk to Natasha Catzenko for the first time. So, let's have a look around this place, I guess. I'm just going to drop the audio a bit there, because that music's a little bit loud, isn't it? So, here we go. Let's have a look around. What's this? Oh, it's another one of these books. The 7th Rule of Predation. Predation? Why can't I think of how to say that name today? Jeez. Right, anyway. We've picked that up, another collectible. So let's take a look around the room, shall we? See what we've got in here. There's a mirror. We don't want to go out.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, this is not going to go well. He seems to have fallen for Natasha very, very quickly, doesn't he, old Sonny?
Gee, that is a, unique picture. And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Ah,
Is that
dear.
supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
So yeah, the painting. Right, we've looked at that. There's a chandelier, and then I think we've pretty much looked at everything, and it's a case of just talking to
You got a
Natasha.
beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
I
You're
imagine.
an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
Yeah, let's not be too charming. There's a reason we're here, remember? Right, let's talk then.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
Yeah, so let's not fall for it then, shall we?
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I
Probably.
hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
No,
I
you
get
do that.
offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, God.
Please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
So she knows how this all works. She's very smart.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Alright, we're going to have to tread very carefully here, I think. Right, so we've got some new personal information, and we can question now. So let's look at this file, shall we, first? What did we learn? This mysterious woman in Eden seems dangerous too, but she's undoubtedly in serious trouble. The question is she the source of the problem, or is it someone else? It's a very good question. So we can question
Natasha
now.
is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Yeah, we're going to have to play this very, very carefully. The last one with Wessler went very well. And we're starting off with just one question, so that's fine.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
Right.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Okay, mysterious. So she's confident but mysterious. The place is very elegant, and so's your room. The picture on the wall is quite daring. I don't think we want to go for that one, personally. I think that's a bit too forward, maybe. So let's try this one.
The place is very elegant, and so's your room.
Why, thank you.
I kind of feel like I'm in a museum.
Well, that depends on the kind of museum.
The kind with nice things.
Oh,
Suspiciously nice things, just like you.
do you think I'm suspicious?
Very.
We'll see about that.
Try me.
Alright, so we've got two things. We got that one right, by the way. So, what can you tell me about Ibn Wessler? I don't really think that's relevant. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats? I'm leaning towards this second one because I think, you know, the reason that she called us here was to deal with this, not to talk about Wessler. So let's go with this one and get to the point of why she invited us
Do
here.
you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
That's interesting because Ibn Wessler said that he thought it was.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
You sure about that?
I see.
Alright, so new impression, cold. So she's cold as well. Interesting. Wow, 3 to choose from this time. It's getting complicated. Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats? Maybe. This whole case stinks. What are you trying to make me do? Definitely not. That seems too aggressive. Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me? I'm thinking it's either 1 or 3. So, I mean, evidence could be good. Why Deborah? I mean, why did she send Deborah and not come herself? I mean, I think we already covered that third one. It was because, you know, she wants us to investigate, but she doesn't really want to be too forward about it, I think. So I'm going to guess at this first one.
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
I think evidence could be key, right?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Oh, what?
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
That's a good
I
point.
see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
We're not really a cop, are we?
Sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept my ego and old habit.
Of course.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Apparently
Something
not.
like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Right, okay, so we found out she's scared now. That was, again, the right one. Excellent. We're doing quite well on this. I'm happy about that. Okay, what was in those threats exactly?
What was in those threats exactly?
So we're going to have to start tightening the screws a little bit here.
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
True.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore.
The cough.
Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Oh god, okay, 4 things now. So we've got new clues. I'm guessing that's the word. I suggest you lie low. No. No one's ever seen the culprit, not even a shadow. Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you? What about Filmar? Is he here because of you? That's a good point. I didn't think about Filmar. That could be a good avenue to go down. I mean, also the culprit one sounds pretty cool. I don't think, again, asking about Ibn's the good way to go. It's definitely not I suggest you lie low, I don't think. Because she's already doing that. I think it's either the ever seen the culprit, or what about Filmar? I'm gonna go for the culprit one.
No one's ever seen the culprit? Not even a shadow?
That's one of the most curious things. Ibn has men everywhere. Literally, my shadows, ghosts in every alley. But no one saw anything.
That's strange.
One of them could be the culprit.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ibn pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies your theory, I believe?
Maybe.
Not necessarily.
Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
What poetry. Did you ever think about writing a book?
Never. I'm afraid I'd learn too much about myself.
Maybe that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police Pulp Fiction.
Furry hell. Do you read that trash?
Like everyone else in the city.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering, even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
You enjoy it?
Oh, just a little, Sonny. Just a little.
Alright, okay. So, okay, we did get... Wow, look at the detective meter. It's flying up. A dark shadow from the past, ex-lover, a husband maybe? So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect? I don't think that's the right one, because I think if she suspected someone, she would have told us from the word go. Given that she's hired us to do the job, I just think she would have told us if she had someone in particular that she suspected. So, given that the word painted was whore, I'm thinking this is the more likely
A
one.
dark shadow from the past. An ex-lover. A husband, maybe.
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
Oh, maybe
Well,
not.
I have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So?
I've never been married, and I don't really have any serious relationship before Hobart.
Okay.
More dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Interesting.
Love is just another face of hate.
So is hate a face of love then?
I guess.
Maybe.
Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean slate, and I'd like to believe it will stay that way.
You mean as the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in Clawville? Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit tricky.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Okay, so we got more detective meter for that. We're flying. I think I'm finally starting to figure out how this works. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly? Yeah, we want to know that.
Stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
Just
You
spill the
knew
beans?
very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
How? They don't seem like the type of people that would know each other.
Really? How? Were you a nurse too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
So she used that as leverage then. That doesn't explain how they know each other.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Yeah.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
Well, it
You're
worked.
right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
Something that a friend would know though, right?
I did. I knew I
There we go.
checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Okay, you played me from the start, didn't you? What exactly do you want from me? Well, we know what she wants. She wants us to figure out what's going on, so you played me from the start.
You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
You're damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dead? Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Well, I mean, they've been leaving threatening messages, so I would think they might do.
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but two cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just two roosters.
Very true. Could cause some panic and some very erratic behaviour.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
For
Maybe
now.
you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Question. Oh, 100% again! Yes! Perfect job, exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Yes, come on, important clue. The threat, or rather the threatening word in the messages sent to Natasha is simply whore. It's brief, but says a lot regardless. That's back-to-back 5 stars. I can't believe it.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Oh, here we go.
Natasha.
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
This does not sound like a good idea.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
Don't do
I'll
it.
be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Don't know how to feel about that. What did we get? We got a new item as well. Oh, is that the key? Okay. It's the key to the premises then. We unlocked some clues, I think. Did we unlock clues? Natasha has invited me to a weekend house to show me something. In any other situation, I'd be glad about it, but in this case, I'm worried. Yeah. Doesn't sound like the best idea to me. But guys, we'll leave it there because we're out of time. The mystery deepens and it feels like Sonny is walking on very dangerous ground here. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate and Terminally Nerdy for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps YouTube push this video out to more people who'd like to watch it and join our little point and click community that we're building here. And I will see you all next time.